Have you ever held a post-it note between your fingers and thought about how this simple piece of paper became an essential part of our daily lives? Maybe you've jotted down a reminder, marked a page in a book, or scribbled a quick idea on one of these sticky squares. They seem so ordinary, yet their origin is anything but. What if I told you that a monumental global phenomenon started with a mistake? Today, let's dive deep into the remarkable story behind the post-it note, a tale of accidental discoveries, unshakable determination, and the incredible power of thinking differently. By the end of this journey, you might just find yourself looking at your own challenges in a whole new light. It's a journey that spans decades, involving unlikely heroes who turn setbacks into triumphs, and it's filled with lessons that can inspire us all. The innovative environment of 3M. Our journey begins in the late 1960s at the Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, better known as 3M. Founded in 1902, 3M had a rich history of encouraging new ideas and creativity among its workers. The company embraced trying new things, even if they didn't always work out. Imagine working at a place where your wildest ideas are not just welcomed but celebrated, even if they don't work out as planned. How different would our world be if failure was seen not as an endpoint but as a stepping stone? This environment was crucial for what was about to unfold. Dr. Spencer Silver, the accidental inventor. In the busy lab filled with equipment and chemicals, a chemist named Dr. Spencer Silver was on a mission. Born in San Antonio, Texas, Dr. Silver had always been fascinated by chemistry and the mysteries it could unlock. He joined 3M in 1966, eager to contribute to the company's legacy of innovation. Dr. Silver was assigned to develop a super-strong adhesive for use in airplanes and spacecraft, a glue that could withstand the most extreme conditions, from the blistering heat of re-entry to the frigid cold of space. The aerospace industry was booming, and the need for advanced materials was critical. The stakes were high, and the challenge was immense. Little did he know, his quest for strength would lead to a discovery that would change the world in a completely unexpected way. The unexpected discovery. Dr. Silver was meticulous, passionate, and determined. Day after day, he experimented with various chemical compounds, carefully noting each attempt. He imagined a glue that would be revolutionary, a breakthrough that could propel 3M to new heights and make a significant impact on the aerospace industry. One fateful day in 1968, as he mixed a batch of chemicals in the lab, something unexpected happened. Instead of the strong glue he wanted, he ended up with tiny spheres of adhesive called acrylate copolymer microspheres. This new substance had an unusual property. It could stick lightly to surfaces but could be peeled off just as easily without leaving any residue. It adhered with light pressure and could be reused multiple times, a far cry from the permanent bond he was looking for. What would you do if, after months of striving for strength, you ended up with weakness? Would you discard it or look deeper? A solution without a problem. Imagine spending months striving for strength and ending up with weakness. Most people would have discarded this failure and moved on to the next experiment. But not Dr. Silver. Intrigued by this unusual adhesive, he thought, "This is unique. There must be a use for it." He recognized that he had stumbled upon something special, even if he didn't yet know how it could be applied. He began sharing his discovery with colleagues, holding seminars and demonstrations within 3M. He passionately showcased the adhesive's properties, hoping someone might see its potential. He even posted notices on the company bulletin boards, inviting others to learn about his solution without a problem. Have you ever felt like you're the only one who sees the potential in something? Yet time and again, he was met with indifference. Art Fry, the practical visionary. Little did he know, the spark for that revelation was just around the corner. Around the same time, Art Fry, a mechanical engineer and product development specialist at 3M, was facing his own challenges. Born in Minnesota in 1931, Art was known for his creative mind and practical approach to problem solving. He joined 3M straight out of college in 1953 and had a reputation for being a problem finder and solver. He was always looking for ways to improve existing products or invent new ones. Beyond his professional life, Art had a personal passion. He sang in his church choir. Every Sunday, he faced an annoying problem that many of us might find trivial, but was a significant inconvenience for him. The pieces of paper he used as bookmarks often fell out of his hymn book, leaving him scrambling to find the right page during performances. It messed up the service and frustrated him. Isn't it amazing how a small annoyance in daily life can spark a revolutionary idea? The Eureka Moment. One evening in 1974, as another bookmark fluttered to the floor during rehearsal, an idea began to form. He remembered attending one of Dr. Silver's seminars, where the unusual adhesive was demonstrated. The memory of the adhesive's unique properties came back to him. What if, he thought, I could use that adhesive to create a bookmark that stays in place but doesn't damage the pages? The idea was simple but powerful. He realized that Dr. Silver's solution without a problem might have found its purpose. Excited by the possibility, Art approached Dr. Silver the next day. Have you ever had two unrelated ideas suddenly connect, leading to a groundbreaking solution? Collaboration sparks innovation. Spencer, he said, I think your adhesive might solve a problem I've been having. They began collaborating, combining Dr. Silver's knowledge of the adhesive with Art's practical application. They worked together, using Dr. Silver's adhesive and Art's practical idea. The first models were basic, hand-cut squares with adhesive applied by hand using a small roller in Art's home workshop. But they worked. The bookmarks stayed put and didn't tear the delicate pages when removed. It was a eureka moment. As they explored further, they realized the potential extended far beyond bookmarks. They thought of notes that could stick anywhere, be moved, and come off easily, something that didn't exist at the time. The possibilities seemed endless. They were on the verge of creating something that could revolutionize how we communicate and organize our lives. Facing skepticism and rejection. However, bringing this idea to life was no easy task. They presented their concept to 3M's management, only to be met with skepticism. A note with a weak adhesive? Who would need that? The executives questioned. Market studies didn't help either. Focus groups and surveys showed that people couldn't understand why they would need a note that could be moved around. After all, people were accustomed to regular paper and permanent glue. The product didn't fit into any existing category, and the potential market seemed unclear. Have you ever been so convinced of an idea, only to have others dismiss it outright? The first failed launch. In one market test, participants were given samples but weren't instructed on how to use them. The feedback was disheartening. Many didn't see the point, and some even complained that the notes didn't stick well enough. It seemed that the product was destined to fail before it even had a chance. But Art and Dr. Silver were convinced of their product's potential. They believed that if people could just try it and understand its utility, they'd see the value. They knew that sometimes the world doesn't realize it needs something until it's right in front of them. The bold move. So they decided to take a bold step, a massive giveaway campaign. In 1977, they tried giving away free samples in 4 cities of what was then called Press and Peel. They placed pads of the notes in stores with little explanation, hoping consumers would pick them up and find them useful. But without good ads and explanations, the plan didn't work. The product sat on shelves, and consumers didn't understand what it was or how to use it. Not discouraged, they regrouped and changed their plan. In 1978, they targeted Boise, Idaho for a large giveaway campaign. Sometimes, when traditional methods fail, you have to take a leap of faith. Success through persistence. Why Boise? It was a typical American city that reflected the larger population. They decided to do things differently this time. Instead of passive distribution, they got directly involved. They distributed samples directly to offices, schools, and homes. Sales representatives showed people how to use it, demonstrating practical ways it could make their lives easier. By connecting directly with people, they bridged the gap between skepticism and understanding. They provided free pads to secretaries, executives, teachers, and students, explaining the benefits and encouraging feedback. And this time, the results were astounding. An overwhelming positive response. People loved the product. They used it in ways Art and Dr. Silver hadn't even thought of, leaving messages on doors, organizing files, marking important dates, creating to-do lists, and even using them as temporary labels. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive. One secretary commented, "I don't know how I ever managed without these." Teachers found them useful for interactive lessons, and students used them to organize their studies. Demand grew quickly. Stores in Boise couldn't keep up with requests for the product they didn't yet stock. Retailers were calling 3M, asking how they could get more. the success was undeniable. Imagine the joy of seeing your once dismissed idea becoming an indispensable tool for so many. The birth of the Post-it note. With this clear evidence, 3M finally saw the potential. They renamed the product Post-it Notes, a name that was simple and descriptive, and launched a nationwide advertising campaign in 1980. The marketing efforts highlighted the versatility and convenience of Post-it notes. Ads showed people using them at work, home, and school, emphasizing how they could make life easier. From a humble beginning to a household name, their invention was ready to make its mark on the world. The happy accident of canary yellow. But here's a fascinating tidbit. The well-known yellow color of the Post-it note happened by accident. The lab next door only had scrap yellow paper when they were making samples. The bright color caught people's attention and became the product's signature look. It was easy on the eyes and stood out against white paper and other surfaces. Sometimes, the unplanned details become the most iconic features. A product loved all over the world. As Post-it notes hit the market, they quickly became a common item in offices and homes across the country. They weren't just useful, they sparked creativity. People found new and innovative ways to use them every day. Artists began using them as an art material. Detailed murals and animations were made entirely from Post-it notes. In New York City, the Post-it war between office buildings became a viral hit, with employees creating complex designs to outdo each other. It was a spontaneous explosion of creativity that captured the world's imagination. Who would have thought that a simple sticky note could unleash such a wave of creativity and connection? Post-it notes in popular culture. In popular culture, Post-it notes made their mark too. In the film Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion, the characters famously claimed to have invented them, a nod to their iconic status. They appeared in TV shows, movies, and advertisements, cementing their place in society. When your product becomes a cultural touchstone, you've created something special. Adapting to the digital age. But the impact didn't stop there. As technology advanced, so did the Post-it note. Digital versions appeared, allowing people to stick virtual notes on their computer desktops. Apps and software adopted the idea, proving that even in the digital age, the simplicity of the Post-it note remained important. It bridged the gap between the physical and digital worlds. Today, over 50 billion Post-it notes are sold annually in more than 100 countries. They come in various shapes, sizes, and colors, but the core concept remains the same: a simple, versatile tool that helps people organize their thoughts and communicate with others. In a rapidly changing world, some ideas remain timeless. Reflections from the innovators. Reflecting on their journey, both Art Fry and Dr. Silver expressed amazement at how their simple idea had such a big impact. Art once shared, "We never imagined it would become what it did." It goes to show that sometimes the simplest solutions address the most universal needs. Dr. Silver echoed this sentiment, saying, "Innovation often comes from unexpected places. It's about being open to possibilities and persistent in pursuing them." Their story invites us to ask ourselves, what simple idea could we pursue that might make a difference? Lessons we can learn. So, what can we learn from this story? Firstly, failure isn't the end, it's often the beginning. Dr. Silver's failed adhesive wasn't a setback, it was a stepping stone. His openness to possibility transformed a dead end into a breakthrough. Secondly, persistence is key. Both men faced years of rejection and doubt, yet they continued to believe in their idea. They didn't let naysayers deter them. Instead, they used skepticism as motivation to prove the value of their creation. Thirdly, sometimes the market doesn't know what it needs until it sees it. Traditional research couldn't predict the success of the Post-it note because people couldn't imagine it. By putting the product directly into people's hands, Art and Dr. Silver bypassed conventional barriers and let the product speak for itself. Finally, collaboration boosts new ideas. The combination of Dr. Silver's adhesive and Art Fry's practical need created something neither could have achieved alone. Their partnership exemplifies how diverse perspectives can lead to innovative solutions. Think about how these lessons apply to your own life. What failures could become your next success story? Applying the story to our own lives. Now, let's bring this back to you. Have you ever had an idea that didn't seem to fit, or faced a problem without an obvious solution? Perhaps there's a failed project you've set aside, or a nagging issue you've yet to resolve. Consider this. What if the key to unlocking its potential lies in viewing it from a different angle? What if, like Dr. Silver and Art Fry, you could transform a setback into a breakthrough? Could your next big opportunity be hiding in plain sight? Embracing your own sticky ideas. The story of the Post-it note reminds us that innovation doesn't always come from grand designs or complex technologies. Sometimes it's as simple as a piece of paper and a bit of glue. It's about seeing possibility where others see none, about persisting when others give up, and about believing in the value of your ideas. So don't let your ideas stay stuck in your mind. Write them down, share them, and pursue them. So the next time you peel off a Post-it note, remember the remarkable journey behind it. Let it inspire you to embrace your own sticky ideas, no matter how insignificant they may seem. After all, you never know where they might lead. Closing thoughts. Thank you for joining us on this inspiring exploration of the Post-it note's history. If this story resonated with you, please share it with others who might find encouragement in its message. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more tales of innovation and perseverance, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next story. Also, be sure to check out the links in the description below for additional resources and insights related to today's topic. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your own stories of unexpected successes. Share them in the comments below. Until next time, remember, every great achievement begins with a simple idea and the courage to pursue it.